In the first lesson on the test of English, we discussed that there are 7 types of common errors that are committed by the people in the use of English, out of which in the lesson 1 we talked about the concord errors and the tense error. Now in this lesson 2 we are going to expose ourselves to 3 more types of errors, namely errors in the use of articles, inversion errors and question tag errors. Now the next type, at the end of this session you will be able to know what are the errors in the use of articles, what are inversion errors and what are question tag errors, and how to identify these errors in the given sentences. Now the first one is the error in the use of articles. So we should have a look at what these articles mean to us. In fact, there are 2 types of articles in English. Numbering 3, a and an, are said to be indefinite articles, and the is said to be the definite article. A or an, they are said to be indefinite articles. They usually come before singular nouns and they don't specify any particular object, and a and an are therefore called indefinite articles since they leave indefinite the thing or the person spoken of. When you say a book, it refers to any book. An ox means any ox, whereas the, which is called the definite article because it particularizes the person or the thing it stands for. He saw the doctor means he saw a particular doctor. He ran after the thief means he ran after a particular thief. Now coming back to the indefinite article, the choice of the use of a or an is decided by the initial pronunciation of the next word. If the next word starts with a vowel sound, we use an, and if it starts with a consonant sound, we use a. Now comes the question, what are vowels? Now very often we think vowels are the letters A, E, I, O, U. But unfortunately these letters are not vowels. Vowels are sounds. These are sounds produced when the airstream from our lungs escape through the voice box and through the nose and the mouth without any disturbance. When you pronounce the sound a, I, O and U, the escaping exhaled air does not undergo any disturbance. Whereas when you produce the sound H, represented by the letter H or her sound, there is a disturbance. Similarly, when you pronounce the sound expressed by the letter M or the M sound, your mouth is closed and the exhaled air escapes through the nose. That is a sort of disturbance. A sound, in other words, a sound that is produced because of a disturbance to the outgoing air from the lungs is a consonant sound, and a sound that is produced without any disturbance from the mouth or nose is called a vowel sound. We should not be carried away by the presence of the first letter in the spelling of the word. Now you have to decide what is the initial sound of the next word. How is it pronounced? A book, a pen, a letter, a house, a horse. The first sound in the first word is B, consonant sound, therefore a. Pen, consonant sound. Then house starts with a consonant sound. Horse starts with again a consonant sound, therefore a. But remember, there are other words which also start with the letter H, but they don't have a consonant sound. H-O-U-R, for that matter, is a word starting with H, but that H is silent. So the word is pronounced as our. So in H-O-U-R, the initial sound is the vowel and not consonant, even though letter H is present. So for the word our, you will not use a, but you will use an. Now look at the next set of examples. A union, a university, a European, a 1 rupee coin, a unicorn. Now you take two words, for example, union and umbrella. The word umbrella and union, both of them start with the letter U. But as I told you earlier, we have nothing to do with the first letter in the spelling of the word. Umbrella, though the first letter is U, has a vowel sound a. Therefore we say an umbrella. An is the indefinite article to be used for umbrella. Whereas for union, we don't pronounce it as union. We pronounce it as union. The first sound is the Y sound. And Y sound is a consonant sound. Therefore, we have to use the indefinite article a and not an. Similarly, European, the word European, the first letter is E, but it is not pronounced as European. It is pronounced as European. First sound is Y. Therefore, it is a consonant sound. We have to choose a and not an. Now, the fourth example is something very interesting. 1 rupee coin, 1 rupee note. We think that 1 rupee coin starts with the letter O. 1 rupee note starts with the letter O, 1 day match. But in English, they say English is a peculiar language. Now in English, the pronunciation plays a very important part even in grammar. The word W-O-N and O-N-E, they have the same pronunciation in English. In fact, when you have to pronounce the sound W, you have to round your lips. India won a 1 day match. I want to go for a walk. When you pronounce W sound, your lips have to round. In other words, when your lips round, the sound produced is W. And W is obviously a consonant sound. And therefore, you have to choose the definite article, a 1 rupee coin, and not an 1 rupee coin. This may appear to be initially difficult for us because we are not so much concerned about the pronunciation of such words with an initial W sound. We very often, instead of saying, what's the matter, we say, what is the matter? We try to pronounce the sound W in place of V in place of the sound W. Therefore, if the initial sound, whether it is V or W, both are consonants, therefore we must use only the definite article a union, a university, a European, a 1 rupee coin.